Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, April 26th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Man, the pollen. Some of the photos and videos I've seen on Facebook are incredible, and it doesn't really affect me, but boy, hopefully today's rains will help it. And to those that suffer, my condolences. All right, enough of that. Let's get into the news today, shall we? Last week, I mentioned that there were a lot of brazen crimes lately, and here's another one for the books. On Friday evening at 7:30 p.m., 4 masked suspects, 2 male and 2 female, went into Macy's at the Annapolis Mall. They started putting perfumes in a backpack and, when approached by an employee, pulled a gun. The employee backed off, and the quartet fled in a black Infiniti SUV. They got more than $2,500 worth of perfumes. 7:30 p.m. on a Friday night. Let that one sink in for a minute. Police are asking for help. If anyone knows anything, please call them at 410-222-4720. Also on Friday, actually a bit before the mall incident, county police responded to Sands Road and Berkeley Court in Lothian for a shooting. An 18-year-old male was riding his dirt bike when a dark-colored sedan pulled in front of him and caused him to stop. A passenger got out of the rear of the car and began shooting at him. The victim did flee on foot, but his dirt bike was stolen. Police found evidence of the shooting, and the victim was not injured, thankfully. The suspects are described as 4 black males wearing face masks and driving a dark-colored, full-size sedan. Police are asking anyone that may know anything to contact them at 410-222-1960. And I really should mention that the police did not define face mask in these incidents, so I am unsure if it is a ski mask type mask, which would be very unusual or suspicious, or a COVID type mask, which might be pretty normal. The White House has not officially confirmed it, and the Naval Academy will not officially confirm it until the White House officially confirms it. But we have confirmed it with 2 sources that President Biden will be the commencement and commissioning speaker at the Naval Academy's graduation slated for May 27th, 2022 at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. Graduation is by invite only, so attendees should expect additional security getting into the stadium, and traffic woes should not be too much worse than normal graduation, as the president will chopper onto the yard and then a quick motorcade to the stadium. And of course, this does come with a disclaimer. If it rains and it is moved inside, the president typically will not attend. And with everything going on in the world right now, I suspect if the S hits the fan, all bets may be off. And coming up on Sunday, it will be May 1st, and that means May Day. And that means lots of amazing flower baskets and arrangements will be adorning doors and stoops of homes and businesses all over downtown Annapolis. Be sure you plan to walk around. It is one of the most spectacularly beautiful days there is right here in our very own hometown. And this one is actually extra special because it is also the first Sunday Arts Festival of the year. That gets underway at 11 a.m., goes till 5 p.m. It's in that first block of West Street, so you've got plenty of excuses to get out and spend the day downtown. And finally, it is Ticket Tuesday from the Ram's Head on Stage. I have a pair of tickets to tomorrow's show with legendary rock band Nectar. You want them? Email me or DM me before noon today, and I'm going to select a winner. And if you've won recently, let someone else have a shot at it. I will select a winner this afternoon, and make sure you check out all the other great shows coming to Ram's Head on Stage at ramsheadonstage.com. They just sent me an email yesterday. And guess who's coming on August 8th? The Baja Men.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Podcast news. Up this Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, Rick Hutzel, the former editor of the Capital Gazette, and next weekend, a new business in town, One You Love Home Care. Again, keep those suggestions coming and keep letting your friends know about the Daily News Brief. It is so much appreciated. Okay, that's it for the news. But first, a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company, and the Roof Guy Annapolis. So now hang tight. We have George Young from DCMD VA Weather standing by with your locally forecast weather report, and back with a legal brief, Scott MacMullan from Scott MacMullan Law. All that coming up in just a bit.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Is all this talk of inflation making you uneasy? Me too, especially the uncertainty. How bad will it eat into my future purchasing power? Well, don't feel helpless, because solar energy can give you some financial control. By installing and owning your solar system, you can lock out electricity cost inflation by locking in your electricity price for more than 25 years. Many of our inflation-fighting clean energy systems offset 100% of the annual electricity demands. Customers frequently add electric vehicle charging and backup batteries to their solar projects, providing them inexpensive auto fuel and additional energy security for the home. Let's make 2022 the year that you freeze energy inflation in its tracks by committing to affordable, clean solar energy. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. But don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMD VA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMD VA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMD VA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, April 26th. Yesterday brought a comfortable start to the last work and school week of April 2022 across the Annapolis region, but changes will kick in later today, though they won't last for too long. Look for highs today in the 65 to 70 degree range with some showers expected, though it won't be too much rain on the whole. And it now looks like the timing is likely this morning through early afternoon instead of all in the PM hours, as a cold front moves through, which will bring a chilly day tomorrow with temps only in the mid-50s or so, along with breezy winds gusting over 25 miles per hour at times, making it feel probably more like upper 40s. Though sunshine and lighter winds will return Thursday, but it will stay cool with highs mid-50s to lower 60s, ahead of more sunshine and low to mid-60s on Friday, with then more sun in mid-60s to maybe lower 70s Saturday, with more 60s and lower 70s Sunday, with a slight chance of some additional rain showers returning to the region. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DC MDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, as well as through our website at dcmdvaweather.info. And as always, be sure to download our DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google app stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Hi, this is Gary Ledard, owner of the Roof Guy Annapolis. For over 15 years, my team has worked with hundreds of homeowners to provide the highest quality roofing in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. As a homeowner myself, I understand when it's time for a new roof, you need to find a roofing company you can actually trust. One that will give you the bottom line. No fluff, no runaround. At The Roof Guy, it's my goal to build lifelong relationships and aspire to change what people have come to expect from a roofing contractor by delivering great experiences. So if you're looking for a roofing company in Annapolis or Anne Arundel County that holds the highest standards for quality, craftsmanship, and business reputation, call me today to schedule your free roof evaluation at 410-570-4956 or visit my website at theroofguyAnnapolis.com.
You never know when you might need an attorney. It could be when the lights light up on the police car behind you. Or maybe you have $1 million idea and need to incorporate. From wills and trusts to car wrecks and arrests, Scott MacMullan with the Annapolis-based Scott MacMullan Law, LLC, is here to offer some insight for you with today's legal brief.
Hello everyone, this is Scott MacMullan and this is your legal brief. I wanted to talk about harassment today. Yes, harassment. When somebody continually does something to you, to alarm, to annoy you, and they just won't stop. They continually harass you. We see this in three contexts. We see this in the peace order context, the protective order context, and also the criminal context. The definition of harassment in Maryland is this behavior is prohibited. A person may not follow another in or about a public place or maliciously engage in a course of conduct that alarms or seriously annoys another with intent to harass, alarm, or annoy the other after receiving, and this is important, after receiving a reasonable warning or request to stop by or on behalf of the other person and without legal purpose. I want to talk about the reasonable warning. Basically, everyone knows, in general, when somebody's harassing you. They're alarming you, they're annoying you, and you want them to stop. It's important that you ask them to stop, because generally harassment isn't just one thing. If somebody does one thing and annoys you, generally that's not enough. There needs to be a course of conduct. A course of conduct. There needs to be multiple times of harassing behavior, generally for a court to find harassment. For a criminal harassment. It's very helpful on a protective order and peace order, a restraining order level for harassment as well. So what do? You can text message, you can write a letter, you can get an attorney to write you a harassment notice letter, basically asking the other side or other person to stop harassing you. And that's what I would recommend. Make sure you do that. You can call somebody up and you can say, hey, stop this. This is annoying or whatever. But it's important to memorialize that for your attorney or for your court case if it's really bad behavior. So remember to do that. Call an attorney if you seek advice. But just remember, harassment, there's a course of conduct there. And you really should make sure you have and give a reasonable warning to the other side and tell them, hey, stop this. Memorialize it. You'll thank me later on that. Disclaimer, the information in this podcast is intended for information purposes only. Listening to this podcast does not create an attorney-client relationship. The information in this podcast is prepared for a general audience and is not, nor intended to be, legal advice. If you seek legal advice, we invite you to call Scott MacMullan Law, LLC at 443-494-9775. Our office is located in downtown Annapolis with parking available upon request.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long & Foster company.
One of the most common questions we get, how do I maximize the value of my home before I sell it? It's a great question. We look at improvements like investments. What is the rate of return? For example, if we invest $5,000 in painting kitchen cabinets and installing granite, how much more will our home sell for? The answer? About $25,000 more. That's a 500% return on investment. Because of returns like this, we have started a program called Investing in You. We know cash is often tight when you're making a move, and we are here to help. We will front you up to $15,000 to invest in refreshing your home before you list it, with the agreement to be paid back once your home settles. Call us today so we can help you maximize your home's value.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.